everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on this beautiful Pakistani makeup look. So a lot of you guys know that because of COVID, a lot of the weddings are happening at home, especially the nikahs are being done at home. So this video is kind of focused towards that. First thing, I'm applying some primer. This is an oil control primer by Smashbox, and I'm carefully applying that on the T-zones and the higher points of the face where it tends to get a little oily. And I'm just putting some tissue papers around the outfit because I don't want to ruin the outfit because makeup tends to fall out sometime. And I'm going to apply some concealer now, and this is by Kryolan, and it is in the stick shade number FS45. Now this actually helps create a very beautiful clean base. A lot of times, a lot of my students ask me why I'm applying a lighter shade concealer on the eyelid. The reason why I do that because the colors of the eyeshadow tend to pop out a lot more, especially when we are using transition shades like orange or burnt orange or like a light brown. This looks a lot more brighter and makes the eye makeup pop. So it creates a nice beautiful base for the eyeshadows to kind of sit onto. For eyeshadow palette, the one that I'm using today is by Laroc Cosmetics. This is a UK brand, and I recently purchased this and I've shown on a couple of my other videos as well. This palette has been my go-to palette, especially for bridals. So the color that I picked, it's called Apricot, and it's a beautiful color, especially when it comes to transition. And as you can see, the eyeshadow is blending in so nicely without any fallout or like, you know, patchiness. It's blending it outstandingly beautiful. And now the palette that I've used, it's by Laroc Pro, but it's called the Artistry Book. That's what the name of this palette is. It's called Artistry Book. Now what I'm doing here is I'm applying some of that concealer on the bottom eyes as well, and making sure so the eyeshadow pops on the under eyes as well. And I'm using the same color because it's going to channel throughout the eye makeup. And the way I like to work is I always like to work from light to dark, and I don't blend out a lot unless it's required to, but I like to keep the colors in its original form. And what I like to do is I like to create transition from light to dark, but I don't super blend them out. I don't take a dark color and blend it out to its light. I keep the color in its actual formation. The next color that I'm using is called Chai. It's also from the same palette. And for the lid, I'm using this gold color called, it's called Dripping Diamonds from the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. Again, chocolate gold palette, it not only smells amazing, look, it's actually something I'm holding on to right now, and it smells delicious. It not only smells delicious, but it's actually a super pigmented palette, and I carry this all around with me. The next color that is also kind of gold, it's called Gold Digger, and I'm using from the Laroc palette, but what I tend to do is I tend to like wet it. Now I'm topping it with another gold color. I know there's a lot of gold shadows going on the eyelid. This is the one by Inglot, and as you can see right away, the gold just popped up even more. So this is the gold color from Inglot AMC, which is their loose pigmentation, and I always apply some water to pop it on. And I'm also topping on some glitter by Stilla Cosmetics. So there were actually 4 different gold colors on the eyelid. The first one was Dripping Gold from Too Faced, then Gold Digger from Laroc palette, then I used Inglot AMC Gel Pigment, or AMC Pigment by Inglot, and then I've used the Stilla colors to pop the gold even more. For eyeliner, I'm using Makeup Forever eyeliner, and this is their Makeup Forever gel eyeliner. It's absolutely stunning. It comes in a liquid form, so it's not like a gel eyeliner that is in a pot, but it's kind of in a gel eyeliner in a liquid form. You basically take it out onto your plate or like a pan, and then you use your brush to take it off from the pan and apply it on the client. I find this eyeliner is a lot hygienic. You don't double dip. You just take whatever amount you need on the plate and then you apply it. A lot of times because of the COVID, we also have to be kind of very safe in the way we use our makeup, because it's also COVID time. You don't want to infect anybody, or you know, even when it's not COVID time, you always want to make sure as a makeup artist that your standards of beauty is maintained in a very safe form. Next thing I'm doing here is I'm actually filling in her brows. This is called Chocolate Mousse from Morphe Cosmetics. This is the Morphe Eyebrow Pomade. And yeah, I'm sure you guys are like, oh my gosh, the eyebrows looks too dramatic, but don't worry, because by the end of the makeup it won't look as dramatic. Right now the base is not there, she doesn't have anything on her face, it's just the eye makeup, so it looks kind of weird. The next color that I took is called Brownie from the Laroc palette, and what I'm doing here is I'm creating an outer V shape to give the eyes kind of like a London look. Like right now, if you look at the eyes on this side, the one that's facing the camera, you can see it looks too round, like almost like a round shape. But that's not what we want to do. We want to extend the eyeliner, kind of blend it out, and also create that outer V corner, so it kind of gives you a very beautiful butterfly effect. And that's something I always like doing on my brides, if their eyes are shaped in a certain way, to give that is able to give that butterfly look. I always go for it because it makes the eye makeup look so beautiful. Next, using my disposable wands, I'm just applying some mascara. Now make sure you use 2 different mascara wands if you're planning to dip it back into the mascara. That way, you know, it's safe. Here I just took the eyeliner and I'm creating a sharper inner corner to give the eyes more of a longer look, and then I'm also bringing the same eyeliner on the waterline to make sure it looks dark and super beautiful. And taking a makeup remover, I am just swiping out any fallout or any extra concealer underneath the eyes. Now the next shade that I'm using, it's called Apricot, and then I've used the shade Orange by LA Girl Cosmetics to hide all the dark circles. Now I know you guys must be like, oh my gosh, why LA Girl Cosmetics? Honestly speaking, I haven't found one great orange concealer by any other brands. Maybe MAC has some, but I find LA Girl tends to dry a lot faster, so it doesn't spread. With the MAC and the other products that I've used so far that have an orange concealer, I always have to use a translucent powder on top of the concealer before applying foundation. I feel like that makes the face look too cakey, because you know, you're applying product and powder and then cream product again, so it's a lot of work. Now for foundation, I've used Baklava by Huda Beauty mixed with my Clinique foundation. Both Huda Beauty and Clinique foundation are very high full coverage. And another thing I would like to say that a lot of people say is Huda Beauty tends to dry out on the face, making the face look too cracked and dry. Even my model here, she actually was telling the same thing. She's like, I can't believe you used Huda Beauty, because Huda Beauty tends to be very dry on my skin. So my suggestion is always to use it with another foundation. I tend to usually go for Clinique, or I drop some Maybelline drops in it, just because Maybelline Fit Me is kind of a liquidy one, and it has fine consistency, and also so does Clinique. Well, Clinique is a little creamier and full coverage. So full coverage, if you don't want to ruin the full coverage of a Huda Beauty, you definitely want to mix it up with Clinique, because it has a creamy full coverage, and then you have a dry formula that, you know, dries matte. So that kind of gives a very nice full coverage, and one coverage is good enough. It does the entire job for you. So yeah, as a makeup artist, for bridal looks, I always tend to go for a full coverage, unless my bride is somebody who likes very, very natural look. And yeah, so that's what I do. Next thing, I'm applying some concealer, cream concealer. This is actually not a cream concealer. Personally, I tend to go for foundation, a lighter shade foundation. And I have my reasons. That's because there's already like orange concealer underneath. There's a full coverage foundation on top. I don't want to go again with a full coverage concealer. It's not required. I just want to make sure that her under eyes looks brighter, so I tend to go with foundation. For this one, I've used my Clinique foundation to give her that highlighted effect. The brushes that I'm using for most of this makeup look are actually by Igshow. This is a newer brand that I just got to know, and they I received a PR package from them as well. And honestly speaking, I have been obsessed with their brushes, and I'm not lying. I'm somebody who always likes quality over quantity. I've always gone for MAC Cosmetics brushes, Inglot Cosmetics brushes. I've always gone for Sigma Cosmetics brushes. I find their brushes are amazing, and you previously have seen me using them on my videos from time to time. But this brush that I've used to blend her entire foundation, you can see how nice and dense the brush are, and it's amazing. So to set her under eyes and all the highlighted zones, I'm using my MAC Mineralized Medium Plus Powder. The reason why I've started using this, I'll tell you in a bit, you can see it. A lot of my clients, and including my models, and a lot of you guys have asked me this question over and over again. It's, how come I don't, oh no, actually sorry. The question was, when we do baking underneath our eyes, our under eyes becomes extremely dry, right? Or you can see the lines crack through. So the best thing is always to use the Medium Plus by MAC Cosmetics. This is a very, very fine finish powder. You put this all over the face, set your face first, and then you go in with a loose powder. For the loose powder, I've used my Charlotte Cosmetics banana powder, sorry, light to medium powder. So it's kind of like a yellow powder, but yeah, it brightens up the face instantly. For contour here, I'm using my bronzer, Give Me Sun by MAC Cosmetics. Again, when it comes to contouring and doing Pakistani Bride or my Desi Indian Bride, I don't tend to go with dark cream contouring. The only reason I'll tell you why, because we tend to oxidize. Every foundation is going to oxidize a little bit, and we also tend to sweat, right? So we want to make sure that when you sweat, all that contour doesn't turn out way too darker, because your contouring cream is also going to turn out darker as you oxidize. So we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So that's why I tend to skip my cream contouring at certain times, unless I'm doing a flash photography. For bridal, I don't think it's required at all. I just do the powder contouring, and it looks amazing and very natural. So that's why I tend to go for that. For highlighter, I have used this MAC Select highlighter. This is actually their Select 2 Preferred. I believe it's a limited edition, but I've got this from my other makeup artist partner that I always tend to work with these days. She had this and she was like, I don't know how to use it, I can't get the pigments out. But honestly, look at this, I got the pigment out. I had to scrape it. I really had to scrape the product just to get the product out. But love this highlighter. As you can see, it has a very fine finish. Sometimes I do like matte products because they come with really high-end finishing powders, so I love their powders and some of their foundations too. Now for blush, I have LA Girl Just Blushing Blush, and it is in the shade Just Pinched. Now, as the name suggests, it does look like it because it has a very beautiful pinkish vibe. And I've also mixed it up with some Rose Dior Milani Cosmetics blush. Now, Milani Cosmetics has a little bit of that bronzy orangey peach tone, which again I love. As you can see, it looks beautiful. Honestly, the makeup is turning out amazing. And yeah, the other makeup products that I've missed, like for example, I've used Kryolan's loose pigment on her brow bone and her inner corners. I'm gonna write that all down below in the description box for you guys to have a look. Now for lashes, I'm just popping in those lashes in. These are like no name brand lashes. I always buy in bulk for my bridals, unless my bride has me the bride has instructed me to get like Huda Beauty lashes or something, then of course I'm going to use those ones as per my client's request. Now I'm putting some mascara on the lower part of her eyes. So once I'm done with the lower bottom lash, I'm going to start doing her lips. Oh, before I move on to lips, I wanted to share this new product. Actually, this is a very old product, not a super new, brand new product or anything. This is called Gold Lava by Pixi. This is actually Glitter Eye Squad by Pixi. So, as you can see, eyeshadows, they're great. They look amazing no matter how many layers you apply, but they don't like, they're not out there. You know, as soon as you apply glitters, it just changes your eye game to a next level. So if you can see her other side where I've already applied the glitter, it looks so beautiful. So this glitter honestly is a must-have. I wanted to try it on and I think it was totally worth it. This made the entire look come out live more. So going on to the lips now. First, the lipstick that I've used is called Pure Hollywood by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I've actually topped it up with some Cookies and Cream by NYX. Definitely a very, very beautiful color, and it's a soothing color for sure. Now, I tend to actually apply regular lipstick on top of the liquid lipstick just because it looks a lot nice and gives you that shine. The next lipstick that I've applied is called Nikkie's Nude by Milani Cosmetics. And this is the entire look of this makeup look, guys. Look, it already looks so beautiful. Here, what I decided to do is apply some more like highlighting powder, which I didn't do before. So I took it from the Kat Von D's palette. Kat Von D's palette, actually, the colors are amazing. Like it pops highlight and contour right away, instantly. So this is what it looks like. This is the final finished product look. So my model here looks outstanding. She reminds me of this like jasmine thing bride, and I think this is a beautiful Pakistani makeup look as well, especially for your nikah or mehndi. This is very beautiful. For mehndi, you might want to use a little bit of maybe pinks or a little bit colors. For this look, I find this is appropriate for your nikah because you have a very soothing eye makeup with all the browns and the golds. It's kind of dramatic but soothing at the same time on the eyes because the colors are very warm toned, so it looks amazing in general. I hope you guys have loved the way the makeup and the hair has turned out for my beautiful model here, Samriti, and I hope you guys will have enjoyed this video and all the steps that I've shared with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're subscribing, also hit the bell icon so you get notified. There are a lot of different videos on my channel. Feel free to watch them. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. And thank you so much for sticking through and watching this tutorial. Thank you and have a good day.